Attention crew and passengers. This is your co-pilot speaking. Your pilot is black mind, so you are not going blind and there is no power failure. You are merely experiencing the immense blackness of his proximity, and when you hear his voice, the cabin will get even darker than it is now. We will be cruising at the speed equal to the speed of light, because there is one thing that can match it, and that is darkness. You will probably be a lot darker when we arrive as well. This is normal, and your loved ones awaiting your arrival might think you spend time in the tropics. When you tell them about the pilot, they'll understand. We will taxi to the runway now, so please buckle up and prepare for a high-speed departure. Thank you for choosing Jet Black Airways.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of y'all, and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button again because the message is more important than the messenger. And I want to give a shout out to Cash App donors and the Patreon patrons, especially the KW. Gentlemen, this is especially for you younger brothers. And I want you to tell this to young black boys that are too young to be on YouTube by themselves. You cannot do anything for a hyena broad's respect. The Wicked Witch of the West is not going to respect you. On average, she cannot. She has to be down and out and hit the wall first, and at that point it's too late. If she hits the wall, and there's a man that actually likes women of that age, that apparently such men do exist, I'm one of them, then she won't respect that man that genuinely prefers her at that age. What they obey is actually a joke, literally. A comedian cracked a joke a long time ago, decades ago, early 1900s. I forgot the comedian's name, but he said that he refused to be a member of any club that would have him. He's pretty much saying he knows how bad he is, and if a club would let him in, he didn't want to join. And that's how the wicked witches of the West are. And young black boys that are growing up in the West are going to have to earn their value and earn a skill set that will allow them to live outside of the West anyway. And so they're going to have to spend time in the West. And ironically, they're going to have to spend their youth in the West. They need to understand that there's nothing they can do to succeed except to fail in other areas of life. There's literally nothing else that's going to get them. The Wicked Witch of the West determines who she's willing to be with. Maybe not who she likes, but she determines who she's willing to select when she's in middle school. Not even high school, middle school. It is strictly a popularity contest. And the popularity contest occurs in the culture that they control and that their single moms control, and that is run by entertainment. And that's how it works. That's it. What we need to learn is how to not be so disrespected. And in all honesty, remember, malice is half of the hyena broad's motive. So somebody's going to catch the contempt. It's just a question of who. But you're really in a race with each other to be disrespected the least, not to be the most respected. She will only respect those that other girls respect, and that's going to be very few guys. But they're all looking for guys to disrespect. And this is why it is you cannot sit up and try to win and try to succeed with them. If you don't show chivalry, they're going to complain. If you show chivalry, they're going to use you and mistreat you because they're going to lose respect for you. There was never a right way. And so you young brothers need to know, and young black boys too young to be on YouTube by themselves need to know that the only right thing for them to do is to not play, to not try, and that the culture that upholds the man and succeeds with a bunch of women, is a problem. The culture itself is. Itness culture doesn't necessarily start with felonies. Itness culture starts with trying to impress, for lack of a better word, bitches that like felons. Validating bitches that like felons and not understanding that she's defective as soon as you find out she likes felons because she fine, that ass though, is the beginning of itness culture. If she can't understand the difference between kindness and weakness, she's defective. That ass though shouldn't mean anything. We need to be careful about that. We need to be pickier about that. And that's why I tell you, gentlemen, you have access to teach young black boys certain things, you tell them. Damn what mom says. Make sure it's true, but after that, damn what mom says. Even if mom is married and dad ain't teaching this stuff, damn what they say. Like Crimson Cure explained to us, the male lion has to come before the lioness for a reason. It's not because he hates the lioness. He has to come first because, frankly, if he doesn't eat first, even if the lionesses bring down the kill, which ironically is something they do in the daytime, anyone's allowed to jump in at night and help bring down a kill. But in the daytime, the lion's mane, the same mane that protects his head and his throat and the back of his neck when he's in a fight with other male lions, is a signal to the prey animals that they're nearby if it's daytime. At night, people didn't realize this till recently, but it's been over a decade now that people have realized that male lions actually do more help with the hunting at night if they're there, because male lions are absent from the family at long stretches at time because they have to patrol the boundaries of the territory. It's instinctive. They understand this when they hit puberty. They have to patrol the boundaries, and that's largely because, see, when they come back, sometimes they've had to fight or chase off other lions and they ain't had time to hunt. So when they finally do get back, they eat. Then she eats it in the cubs. If he does not eat first, not only can he lose too much weight to be a threat to other lions that would come in and try to muscle him out the territory, probably kill him actually, then kill his cubs. The lionesses would think something's wrong with him. And it's funny because he'll move in and they may growl at him and roar at him because they're hungry, but he still got to eat first. And if he says, oh, you know what, you hungry and you brought it down, go ahead, get your bites in, then I'll come in and eat. Then they start disrespecting him. But these are animals. They're not us. You can explain to a lady that you're being nice. I can't even say lady. You can explain to a wicked witch of the West that you're doing something to be nice because she's earned it. She can earn a politeness. You give it, you extend it because, hell, she earned it anyway. You can respect her boundaries rightfully and she loses respect for you. You cannot win. Do not try. Don't do it. If you were labeled 9AY because of that, you were labeled 9AY by people that don't understand. But you got to keep this in mind. You cannot get their respect being a good person. You're just lucky when you're less disrespected. And the best way to not be disrespected is to not be noticed. Blend in. Thanks for listening. Black heart, black mind, blackout, assalamu alaikum, black heterosexual, non-select male power because they don't like it, and black patriarchy until extinction of Judgment Day.